What is up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. Today I want to give you guys a very easy way to make delicious chocolate chip vegan cookies. These are going to be the ingredients you're going to need. The good thing about this recipe is that if you did make the pancakes, you will be able to make this recipe as well because it does contain about the same ingredients. The only different thing is that we're adding peanut butter this time. So the first step that you're going to take is about a cup of instant oats, a little bit more depending on how many people you're cooking these cookies for. Next, you're going to mash a banana with your hands. Now, make sure you use a ripe banana. My mistake was that this banana wasn't too ripe, so I actually had to add another half of another banana. Normally, if you have one banana, you should be good with this measurement. However, since my banana wasn't too ripe, I had to add another one to put all the oats together. Having a ripe banana is going to add so much more better of a consistency. It's going to be able to help you put the oats together. This is like the egg for your cookies, so just make sure you use a ripe banana. It'll help you a lot better to get the consistency you're looking for. So with this step, just take your time, make sure you are coating the banana thoroughly and you're just having patience with it. It does take a little bit of time, but the end result is worth it. I do add about a tablespoon of peanut butter. However, my peanut butter wasn't too fresh. I do end up adding a little bit more of a peanut butter later on because I was just not happy with the consistency. Normally this doesn't happen. It ended up being really delicious at the end. However, I do want to point out that the peanut butter wasn't too creamy, so the consistency was just not what I wanted. However, adding another piece of a ripe banana and a little bit more peanut butter did help me a little bit, but I did want to point that out just in case. So after mixing, I decided to just move on to the next step, which is adding about a top of maple syrup for some sweetness. This adds a really delicious touch, so I highly suggest for you to add some maple syrup to your cookies. So as you see here, the cookies or the cookie dough basically is crumbly right now, but the next step does help the situation a little bit more. I go ahead and I take a little bit more of peanut butter to add some creaminess and just to put the oats back together, because my goal for this is to make it a dough consistency. You don't want it to be too crumbly because you are trying to make cookies. So as you see here, the consistency did change and it did get more cookie dough like, which is what I wanted. So I had a little bit of more hope when I saw this type of consistency. The best advice I can give you for this recipe is have patience and literally just mix as much as you can. Take your time mixing all the ingredients together so that you get the perfect cookie dough. So here I decided to add half of another banana, but as you see, the banana is way much more ripe. So this definitely helped the consistency. So after adding half of the banana and mixing it in, I was pleased with the consistency, so I decided to move on to the next step, which was add a couple sprinkles of trilogy seeds. Next step you're going to take is add about a top of vanilla extract to add some sweetness and flavor onto your cookies. So one side note I do want to add is make sure that after every step that you take, you just mix everything so that everything can be evenly coated and evenly flavored. So unfortunately, as I'm editing this video, I realized I don't have the clip where I flatten out the cookie dough and place it on the cutting board. I am so sorry. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I missed a step. But to give you guys a brief explanation of how I do it, I basically just scoop out a good amount of that dough that I created and flatten it out with my hands and just place it on the cutting board so that I can sprinkle the chocolate chips on top and so that I can have somewhere where the cookies are laid. The fun thing about these cookies is that you can literally just put whatever topping you want. I've done walnuts before, obviously chocolate chips. So just make it your own. You can use pecans, you can use sprinkles, whatever topping you prefer. I stuck to chocolate chips today because everyone wanted chocolate chips at my house. So here, just make sure your dough is pretty fresh. You want to make sure you grab it gentle and you don't break the dough apart. So I grab a spatula, place 4 in the air fryer, and put it for about 8 minutes at the temperature of 400. However, if you're not comfortable putting it at such a high temperature, you can do 360 for about 10 minutes and it'll be the same thing. Don't be afraid to check up on your cookies. You want to make sure that they don't overcook, especially in the air fryer. They do overcook very easily. So here, as you see, I did the first batch. In this one, I decided to lower the time just because the temperature was already hot. That is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this very easy vegan chocolate chip cookie recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you do try this recipe out, let me know what you guys think. And see you guys next time.